So when is a triangle not a triangle? When it's not triangular, of course. So I'm Pete Lockett. Welcome to the introduction to the world of triangles. Again, this is the often on the receiving end of many jokes. The triangle player and all that. We know all those jokes. And in actual fact, the triangle is not an easy instrument to play if you play it rhythmically. I mean, actually, to be honest, even if you have to count off 640 pages of a piece of music and then do one hit, that's not easy either, actually. You've got to really concentrate to get to that point for that one hit on the triangle. Anyway, triangles come in many different shapes and sizes. This is a smaller triangle. Of course, earlier we saw that the circular triangle. Philosophically, I don't know that there is such a thing, but we have one here in rhythm, a circular triangle. Now, this is a mainstay. This is something that you would use in sessions a lot. It's one of those things that in pop and rock and different music, one of those things that's, I call it like an invisible percussion instrument, in that you put it in the mix and you can't hear it. The listener wouldn't know it was there. But when you take it out, there's a huge gaping, great big absence when it's not there. And it does such an amazing job in that super top end frequency that it's a really vital thing to have in for some tracks. One of the things with percussion, and for those your drummers that are watching this and thinking about learning a few bits of percussion, like we've been looking at some basics here in this series, one of the things you really need to be thinking about is frequencies. So for me as a percussionist, if I go into the studio and the drummer has laid down a load of stuff that's mainly kind of low or bottom end, like floor toms, and it's a very kind of low end stuff, then I'm going to try and aim for more top end things like shakers, triangles, bongos, stuff that will cut through. If it's a regular type of drum set approach, bass, kick, snare, then a lot of stuff in the mid range would fit in terms of the tones of the percussion. And then if the drum set player is playing more top end heavy stuff, then the low end percussion is going to work a lot better. So thinking about frequencies is a really important thing, and of course we can be aware of that all the way through, even with these few basic things that we've started to look at in these rhythm articles. You can think about frequencies and think about what to put on. Now the triangle is one of those things that would pretty much work across the board. Even if the drummer is playing top end stuff, this is even higher. So that's why it works with so many different musical scenarios. Similarly with the shaker because it's got a very rounded attack and sound, won't really conflict with something like hi-hat or cymbals or other top end stuff that a drummer might use. So shaker and triangle are very useful in putting into the mix with drummers without contrasting and conflicting and getting in the way of what the drummer might play. So the first thing that we would look at is the playing and holding position. Now with these triangles, some people will have some attachments, so you can hang it from or you could hang it from a stand, for example, and play it, and of course that's very easy. Or you can have something that goes around your finger and you can hold it and play it, which allows it to resonate. The playing position of this triangle is, for me in the studio, is without any straps, and I kind of let it rest on the first finger, and that's the playing position. These fingers come round and grab. So we got open and closed. Now I'll just show you something we had prepared earlier. So this is the circular triangle that we were so excited about before. Now I'm just doing this to demonstrate the idea of what you could have on any other triangle, in that there's a clip and something that goes over your finger. So it allows you to completely let the thing resonate if you want. So for for the lessons, we're going to look at the triangle in this manner. So we're holding it with the finger, and we've got open with the triangle beater. Of course, is a vital, important component of this whole scenario. Open, closed. We also have grab, which we'll look at a little bit later as well. So we're just going to start with simple open, closed, closed, closed as eighth notes. Notice that I'm closing and hitting at the same time. You can actually, as we'll look at in a later example, use the closing simply as a closing of the tone without a hit. For now, we're going to play a stroke with the triangle beater and also close at the same time. So for example 2, we're just going to add another open note towards the end of the bar. So we have 2 open notes in the bar. Example 2. Also be aware of how much you are muting the triangle with your holding hand. So this is completely held tight, and I'll slowly open it. You kind of get a harmonic. So completely closed, harmonic, open. So depending on the piece of music or whatever, however you want to approach it, you might want to play the closed notes either slightly, less damped, so you get the harmonic, or completely closed, so you don't get the harmonic. So, example 3, we're going to go back to the pattern that we've looked at before with the cajon. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Open, closed, closed, open, closed, closed, open, closed. And again, the triangle beater is held, more or less in the same way as you would hold a drumstick. You've got your fulcrum there, and obviously it's not as long as a drumstick. This one's got a kind of rubber thing on the end, so you can get a different tone with the triangle if required. Right then, so in example 4, we're going to look at that 3-3-2 pattern, but we're going to drift between 8th notes and 16th notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. Notice the beautiful resonance of the instrument. It's a great instrument, the triangle. Really works brilliantly in tracks, and Just try it on some stuff yourself and you'll be surprised at how much it cuts through. So example 5, a very simple pattern, closed, open, closed, open. This is really effective. Deceptively simple. When you hear it in a track, it kills it. It's like really great. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. And finally, example 6, we're just going to put another open note towards the end to resolve the bar in a different way.